When I started back in 1975 with transcendental meditation, I noticed something was happening in my life. It was changing my life. And I had lived my life in near debilitating anxiety, especially as a teenager.
And the whole world which we live in is about the outward, success and appearance and no contemplation. And so to think about building an organization that holds the values of self-awareness, emotional regulation, inward investigation, community, all of the pieces that are so important to IB.me. That's why, to me, it feels like a revolutionary act in the face of a culture that's so run amok.
And I think what IB.me teen retreats offer, or this teen retreat model that Michelle McDonald came up with, is a relational way to practice that's deeply liberative.
I haven't been on a single retreat where I haven't seen deep healing and transformation. This is an intergenerational, multi-modality healing medicine.
We could actually help people to go on a trajectory that will really lead to their happiness in their lives. And then the happiness of greater happiness in the world beyond them. What I saw in my own mind and heart when I went on my first teen meditation retreat, the first thing was just having a profound experience of peace. So how do we support the resilience of these wide, spread out lights, groups, communities, individuals? So we know what the heart is. We can support that, but we also have the flexibility and openness for things to adapt and change to be appropriate to each community.
Everybody is welcomed by pretty much everybody else, and I've never seen that. 60 kids with so much goodwill towards each other and so much authentic sense of safety. And as adults, we're always telling kids, do this, it's better. But we never actually create the circumstances where kids can do that. And to see kids treating each other well, sincerely at the end of the retreat, and to see it be a collective experience of well-being and of safety, that was a game changer.
And also just the value of taking the time away from our normal lives. And, the basic structure that we use now was the structure. Periods of silence and coming out of silence and kind of practicing that, and including the strong morning of practice, including the small groups, including the workshop period. Things have shifted, and we did begin to keep track of what we had done before. And then, of course, Chaz and Diana Winston began coming every year.
The way that the seeds have been planted and are blossoming and the vines are growing with mindfulness practice and compassion practices with youth, from little kids, through teens, through young adults, right? Because they're the future. And that gives me hope. So to have been part of these kinds of retreats that are so relational, that's where it's going to happen. We have to learn to talk to each other and listen to each other and care about each other and see the sameness in ourselves as well as our uniqueness. We have to do that. And we have to tolerate our pain and the pain of others and stand firm in the center of the fire.